Hello and welcome. Good evening. You're watching Ask Profit only on NDTV Profit, and I'm your host, Malika Mishra.
Hello and welcome to the show. I'm Nupur Talwar Suri, and over the next 1 hour, we will be taking you through all the queries that you have. In fact, we are now joined by Vikas Jain, who's joining us on the technicals from Reliance Securities. Hi, Vikas. Thank you very much for joining us. And we'll also be joined by Vinith in just a bit. But let's get on with the show and take up the first query that we are getting in from Pradeep. He's writing to us from Bengaluru. Now, he's holding 250 shares of Z Entertainment. He's bought it at 90 rupees. He's asking for a hold or a sell, and he's looking at a technical outlook. Now, it's a very interesting case what's happening with Z. Now, SEBI just yesterday had expanded the scope of the investigation against Z Entertainment. Now, it in fact decided to reject its settlement plea, but the stock after that has zoomed over 7% today. So very interesting what's happening there. And maybe, Vikas can help us with what's he seeing on the charts, and perhaps, maybe take us through why the stock is moved up.
Well, if you look at the stock has majorly underperformed over the last 1.5 to 2 years. It's almost down by 50% where compared to the broader markets that witnessed a strong amount of performance. So it has multiple negative news flow, continues to drive the stock lower. But if you look at on the support basis, it has been continuously making those support areas near to those 115, 120 band. On the higher side, if it crosses those 135, 137 bracket, then we could witness a sharp amount of performance. He is completely in the money in the stock, so he can continue to hold on. If he wants, he can keep a trailing stop of 115 on the downside. If 115 is being breached, then he can exit the position.
Now, viewers, just a gentle reminder, you can call us on the numbers flashing on your screen, and you can also write to us on WhatsApp. But we do urge you to take note and call us so that we can take your calls live and answer your queries. And let's move on to the next WhatsApp query. We have Jaikishan, who's written to us on WhatsApp from Gwalior. He holds 1,000 shares of Anupam Rasayan at 800 rupees a piece. Now, the company manufactures specialty chemicals, and the stock has seen cuts of over 30% in the last 1 year, and also has a very high PE ratio of 114 as compared to its peers. So, Vikas, what's your take on this particular stock? How do you feel about it?
Well, in fact, the whole chemical space is not doing pretty well. In fact, Anupam Rasayan also leads to the front. Some amount of minor pullback was been witnessed, but it has been pretty short-lived. Volumes are also not so supporting great into the stock. So it's better to exit the stock and invest into some of the proceeds. That will be my view.
Okay, so that's a sell on this one. A view now on this from Vikas. Vikas, I know, he's looking for a medium to long-term view, so maybe you can help us with what the charts are looking like. And he also wants to know if he should buy more. So what's your advice to him?
If you look at it, has very limited history. The stock just got listed last year, almost near the same levels. It had a blockbuster listing, more than 1130, 1350 was the high. And now from there on, the stock has declined and almost near to its IPO price. So we believe some bottom-up formation has been taking place into the stock. So if he's holding the stock, he can continue to hold on. And in fact, he can add more, because if you look at if the stock moves ahead, it would have a strong amount of up move near to 1030 to 1050. So a good 20-25% up move would be expected. So he can continue to hold and add further at these declines.
Okay, got that. So it's a hold on Tata Technologies. And viewers, with
the charts, how's it looking, and is it a good time for the viewer to add more?
Well, if you look at the stock has not done anything great. No doubt some amount of buzz was being created ahead of the bonus. And post-bonus, if you look at the stock, is just grinding down from those 310, 315 levels. Today it saw a good amount of sell-off and profit booking. So we believe the stock could see further corrective action near to 275, 280. So if it corrects another 3 to 5% near to 275 odd, then that would be a good opportunity to add.
Okay, and Vinith, hi, thank you for joining.
So, Vikas, let's take this question to you. Our viewer holds 30 shares of Emphasis at 2820. He purchased them last week. So, it's a very recent purchase that he's done. And the stock has seen an upward momentum since June onwards. Now, but also has been a very volatile stock. So, do you recommend him to hold on to this stock from a long-term perspective, or what do you suggest in the short term as well?
Well, if you look at the investor theories of short term, and the stock has not done anything great over the past few days, some profit booking has been witnessing into the IT sector in today's trade. If you look at the broader momentum, we are seeing some amount of weakness. So you should believe exit the stock and invest into something other better sector which are gaining some amount of momentum.
Okay, we've got another caller joining us from
Strong downside in the past couple of months. You can also see the red chart on your screen. Now, given the bearish pattern, would you suggest a hold or a sell on this? And this question to you, is to you, Vikas.
Yeah, so if you look at, no doubt the metal space has been looking weak, and the way the aluminum prices have declined into the US markets too, the futures, so some amount of more pressure cannot be ruled out. So the stock can witness further corrective action near to those 570, 565 odd levels. So it's better to exit and wait for some amount of decline to re-enter again.
Okay, let's go across to Amit now, and he's calling us.
Vikas, what's your sense on this particular stock?
We can continue to hold on because its purchase price is pretty negligible. The stock has just gone for a stock split. So some amount of consolidation would happen. Then again, it would march its up move. So you can continue to hold on for a higher target of 2850 to 3000 levels over the next 6 to 9 months.
Okay, got that. Now, Vikas, I'll take this question to you. Akhilesh holds these shares of Aditya Birla Fashion at 280, and as he mentioned, he bought these at 280 level 6 months back as well. So overall, the stock has been range bound in the past 6 months. How do you see the outlook of this particular stock in the future, because he's a long-term investor?
We can continue to hold on because the retail part of the story continues to look pretty promising. No doubt the stock has witnessed strong amount of move from 200 to 400 levels, and then now it has been witnessing correction. So some amount of corrective action has been already taken place. We expect a strong amount of move from here on, which to move high near to 310 to 320. So you can add on or you can continue to hold his old investments.
Okay, let's go across. But let me go across to Vikas on this one. Vikas, what's your sense on this stock? Because it's been range bound for quite some time now.
Look at the structure is not so great. It continues to trade in a pretty narrow range of those 26 sub 30 odd levels. On the downside, good support of near to 23 half, but nothing exciting. Looks pretty promising, so you can exit the stock.
Okay, and now we will take up another.
Vikas, is that something that you'd also agree with as far as Coforge is concerned?
Yeah, it is making higher tops and it's continuously making new 52-week highs. So he can continue to hold on the stock. And if he wishes, if he has some amount of, then he can exit some partial holdings to his and recoup his some amount of his capital.
Okay, and now we will take gold. And Vikas, do you echo that view as well? What do you think about L&T from a technical perspective?
Yeah, he can add at current levels because if you look at the structure, looks pretty promising. The buyback was near to 3200, 3300. It has never declined below that price. And on the higher side, it made a top near to 4200 odd and then again declined. So the structure looks pretty promising. It can add at current levels for a target of around 4000 plus over the next 3 to 6 months.
Before we go on to our next viewer query, we'd just like to remind our viewers that we are continuing to take your calls.
Let me shoot this question to you, Vikas. What is your take on NFL, and are 1,000 shares a healthy amount of purchase for this particular counter?
He can continue to hold on to his investment because if you look at the fertilizer space, it's looking attractive. Some amount of strong price action and volume breakout has happened into the other shares, not in national fertilizer. But we expect the follow-up action to come through. It is at its band of a particular band of averages, and the breakout would move the higher to near to 140, 145 over the next 3 months. So you can add on and hold on to the stock.
All right. We are going to slip it
in terms of performance.
And Vikas, the viewer actually was wanting to understand if he should hold on to Lupin or make some profits and let it go because it was at its high today. What's your sense?
He can continue to hold on because if you look at the news flow continues to remain positive. The stock is making higher tops and higher bottom structure on the daily charts and the monthly charts. It has also crossed its multi-year high to those 20 to 50 levels. So we believe some consolidation that will be there, but if eventually the stock will move high near to 2550, 2600, so he can continue to hold on.
Okay, so it's a hold on Lupin, and now we have Kiran on the.
Would you agree with that one, Vikas, and any other recommendations in this particular sector?
Yeah, I can continue to hold on because if you look at this stock has done pretty well for the past few years. The news flow remains positive. Post the addition into the F&O segment, the volume participation has also increased. We believe the stock would continue to move higher near to 850 to 880 odd levels over the next 3 months.
Okay, so it's a hold on CG Power. And viewer, let's take Vikas. Vikas, do you have an opinion on this particular counter?
The listing history has been pretty short. If you look at the stock just got listed in the first week of December, but it has not made any attempt to move higher. So it's better to exit on rallies in the range of around 255 to 260 if it happens.
Okay, so let's take. Okay, and Vikas, what's your advice? Because the viewer seems to wonder why it's not going up. As it does have a good order book. So what's stopping it?
Well, this stock has witnessed good amount of 6-month corrective action. It made a top near to 600 odd levels in July, and then it has been continuous decline. But it's holding on to its long-term and medium-term averages. So once the overall PSU basket starts moving and some positive announcement comes through in the budget, the stock could move higher. So we can exit near to 485, 500 odd levels.
Okay, and now we have a WhatsApp query.
All right, so the stock has been a bit down and is trading currently at lower levels from what you bought it at. Let me go across to Vikas on this one. Vikas, he wants to know whether he should hold or sell it. I think he's looking to make a decision in the short term. So what's your sense, Vikas?
We can continue to hold on. No doubt some amount of volatility has been pretty high into this energy group related stocks, but the stock is forming good amount of bottom-up formation into those 1,000 levels and been holding on to despite the overall market crash over the last 1 month, the stock has outperformed and maintained its support of those 980, 990 odd. So when the stock crosses the higher band of 1,060, 1,080 odd, it would give a breakout to a higher side. So we can continue to hold on to this position.
All right, and Vinit, is that a view?
What's your take on this particular counter, and do you recommend Sanju to hold on to his shares of Avenue Supermart?
Yeah, he should hold on to his stock. We believe the stock should do pretty well. Look at, no doubt, some consolidation and correction has happened over the last 3 to 4 months. The way the price has moved up today, it would continue to fall with huge volumes, and the stock would move higher near to 5,200 to 5,500 band over the next 1 year. So he should continue to hold on, and if he wants to add, he can even add more.
All right, I think we've got another. Let's go straight across to Vikas on that one. She wants to know if she should hold or sell, so I'll let you take that one straight away.
Yes, sure. So no doubt the stock has not done anything great, but the way the price is correcting and declining, we believe it's near to its long-term bottom of near to those 150, 152 odd levels, what it tested into March 2020 COVID lows. So risk-reward ratio is favorable. It would continue to hold on. Some positive news flow with respect to the quarterly updates or results. The stock should move higher again back to 185 to 190 odd. So she can continue to hold on.
So that's a hold on Bandhan.
Okay. So Vikas, I'll first take this question to you because technically speaking, the stock price per se has seen a compound annual growth rate of just 9% in the past 1 year and 2% in the last 10 years. And I'm taking that perspective because our viewer is interested in a long-term view on it as well. So would you recommend him to hold on to his 920 shares of Canara Bank?
Yeah, he should definitely hold on. If you look at the stock has went into a price correction and a time correction, both since June or July when it went for a split. And now it has made a double bottom near to 93, 95 odd levels and witnessing a strong amount of move. The PSU Bank Index also showed a strong amount of strength in today's trade. So we believe the stock will move higher near to 113 to 115 levels. So we can continue to hold.
Okay, let's go across to Mike.
It will be held for long term.
I understood your question. I'll take this question to Vikas. Vikas, what's your perspective on Interglobe Aviation? He holds them at 3,940 apiece, and the stock is currently trading around 4,400 levels.
They can continue to hold on because the stock looks pretty promising. It has continuously delivered strong returns on a monthly various time frames. No doubt some volatility has emerged over the last few days, but we believe it's a good opportunity to hold. We expect 5,200 to 5,300 levels over the next 3 to 4 months.
All right, so we are completely out of time on Ask Profit. We'd like to thank both Vikas joining us this evening and taking out the time to answer our viewers' questions. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, with that, it is a wrap on Ask Profit this evening. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us.